Sermon 20 of Nahjul Balagah addresses those who might think that they need to witness the spiritual reality. But if we know the reality of death, are some aspects of the reality of death, and by implication some other things, it might be more difficult for us than otherwise. It's said in the Quran in different ways that no one's burdened beyond what they can bear. So they're given the experiences that they can make the right decisions in. It's like very few people can really be told, you're of the people of paradise, because it might diminish the good deeds that they would perform, because they So let us turn to the truth and turn to the examples that aren't quite so direct, you can say. And one of the things is that Ahl Bayt was supposed to be conveying, not that they got fresh revelation like a prophet or that sort of thing, but that they got, that the people had to accept them sort of in the position much like the church I was raised in, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, where, you had this series of leaders. What is actually the thing is it's just their conveying of the spiritual truths that were taught closely to them by Muhammad and, generation after generation like that. That's the idea put forward. Letter 20 was written to Ziyad, and Abdullah bin Abbas was the governor of Basra at that time, and the suburbs of Ahwaz, Persia, and Kerman. Well, Ziyad was his deputy in Basra. Okay. But it's not known here who his father was. And, this addresses something very, very serious, that, the funds weren't used carefully. Like these politicians now, that instead of listening to the scientist, they either listen to the corporate spokesman, or they go on trips themselves and don't really accomplish much of anything. They would have accomplished more by buying a book or asking somebody of knowledge to come speak and present their charts. You see politicians with lavish offices and stuff like this, rather than minimalistic taking from the funds. Funding art projects rather than when that money could have been used to home a couple more homeless people, or even a bunch of homeless people, depending on what extent the whole thing was. And so government officials are warned of being severely afflicted because of engaging in such things. And saying 20 reminds us of our, our fear and shyness. And these things are not to keep us from opportunities. And you don't know what opportunities you're going to have, so you got to use and be careful of your use of the opportunities before you.